I'm Elizabeth at A Literary Princess, and today I am showing you my birthday haul. My birthday was last week, and my mother very nicely gave me some bookish gifts, 3 books and 3 film adaptations of books. So I'm going to show them off. Let's get into it. First up is a book I actually already read this year, but that I had on my Kindle from NetGalley, and I loved it and wanted a physical copy. So this is Juniper and Thorne by Ava Reed. And oh my god, this cover is stunning in person. It's so pretty. I actually haven't looked under the dust jacket. Is it pretty under the dust jacket? Oh, look at that. It's a very pretty purplish color. Huh. Lovely. Anyway, this is a retelling of the Juniper tree, which is a fairy tale found in the Brothers Grimm. And I have a whole video on this as a retelling of the Juniper tree, which you can look at. There are spoilers, just so you know. But I'm so happy to have this book. I loved it. It was so good. I wanted my own copy, or like a physical copy. Does that make sense? I don't know. When I have a book that I really like, I want a physical copy. Maybe that doesn't make sense. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Do you feel the need to have a physical copy of a book you really loved, or are you content with a Kindle copy? Anyway, next up is actually one that I just found out about, that I am reading for academic purposes, but not for my exam list. So this is A Sunless Heart by Edith Johnstone. This is a Victorian novel, and I am next year the co-chair of a panel at the Northeast Modern Language Association Conference, or NEMLA. I am co-chairing a panel with my friend Michaela on recovering lost voices from the 19th century. And we had our first proposal come in for our panel the other day, and it was on this book. And I was like, it's a woman-written book that I've never heard of. I've never heard of this author. Who is this? So I immediately looked it up. I was like, that sounds really good. And then I'm making my birthday list. I was like, I should read this since I'm going to be co-chairing the panel. And of course, I want to be able to have questions for the people that are on my panel. It's also nice and short. So my mother very nicely got this for me. It is about, I don't know, the power of bonds between women. It focuses on a woman who shares an intense connection with her sickly twin brother. They live in poverty. He dies, and she is rescued from despair by a brilliant teacher at a local ladies' college. Okay, that sounds really interesting. So the person that is presenting on it is looking at it through trauma theory. So I'm excited to see what this book is and to see what this presenter has to say about it. All right, and then next up is Ava Reed's debut novel, The Wolf and the Woodsman, which is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. I loved Juniper and Thorne so much. Of course, I wanted to read her first book. This actually is set in the same world as Juniper and Thorne and follows a young girl who is the only woman without a power in her village, making her an outcast and considered abandoned by the gods. Then some soldiers arrive to claim a pagan girl for the king's blood sacrifice, and they give her over. Wow. And then monsters attack the woodsman. Sounds very interesting. I mean, considering what Juniper and Thorne was, I'm sure this is going to be great. I'm sure it'll be dark and disturbing, but I can't wait to get to it. And I'm really happy my mom got it. And this is a really nice cover. I like it. Okay, so those were the books, and now we are going to go into the 3 movies. So first up, we have Northanger Abbey, starring Felicity Jones, Carey Mulligan, and J.J. Field. I believe that this was originally done by ITV in the UK, and then PBS broadcast it on Masterpiece Theatre. And I don't think I saw this when it originally came out. I remember when it came out because they had bookmarks at the library advertising it, and like there was a Jane Austen adaptation each week or something. It was, I don't know, it was like a whole thing of Jane Austen, and there was an adaptation of every one of her books. I don't think we watched, or I watched this one. I would have been like in middle school too. Anyway, but so I don't think I've ever seen this one, but I've seen a lot of gift sets on it on Tumblr. So I kind of feel like I've seen it, but I wanted to have a film adaptation of it because I want to actually see if it's any good, which I've heard that it is. And also, Northanger Abbey needs more love. All right. And then, continuing on with we have Jane Austen's Persuasion. And this one was done by the BBC and then broadcast on PBS's Masterpiece Theater. So we all know that Netflix put out Persuasion this year, and we're just not going to talk about that. This I did see when it first aired, and I have watched it since, and I remember it being an excellent adaptation of Persuasion. Not perfect, but quite good. So, it stars, who does it star? Sally Hawkins as Anne Elliot and Rupert Henry Jones as Frederick Wentworth. I remember this being great. I'm excited to rewatch it. I mean, you can even just kind of tell from the cover that it's better than the Netflix one. I say, as I have not seen the Netflix one, and frankly, I'm not going to watch it after the trailer plus multiple reviews from people I trust, both here on YouTube and on Tumblr. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my anger. Plus, they're thinking about doing more with that same director, I guess, more from Jane Austen, and I'm just, no. So maybe if people don't watch it, they won't do that. Because next, I think they want to ruin Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility. Speaking of Sense and Sensibility, I now have the BBC's Sense and Sensibility. Again, same deal. I saw it on Masterpiece, or it was on Masterpiece. I don't remember if I saw this one on Masterpiece or not. I know I watched it while I was in my master's program because it was on Netflix. And this was a very good adaptation. I mean, I'm used to the adaptation starring Kate Winslet and Alan Rickman and Emma Thompson, but this was excellent, and I wanted to watch it again. And when I came home from the UK, Netflix didn't have any of these here in the US. So my mother that year bought me Emma, which I had loved. And then I decided, you know what, I want all of them. So she got me this. And who stars in it? It doesn't tell me. Okay. So these are my birthday presents. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at them. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you read or watched any of these? What did you think of them? What was the last bookish gift you got for a present or gave as a present? It's been great chatting with you all. I will see you soon. Bye.